Welcome to our regular Friday look ahead at the weekend's rugby, and we begin with the False Rock Super 6, where Southern Knights will be putting their unbeaten record on the line in a top-of-the-table clash with Watsonians at Myerside, who were beaten, of course, for the first time last week. For the Knights, they have a new captain in Grant Shields, following the leg injury last week of Craig Jackson. Of course, we were down here for the game against Boroughmuir, which was another victory, which is always good. But the first half hour, I'd imagine, you wouldn't have been too happy with. What did you identify as sort of areas to work on?
Discipline was the main one, and just small areas of defence. The main thing we highlighted was it's not all bad. There's a lot of positives in there. It's just tweaking those little things just to kind of help round the whole performance.
It's a nice position to be in, though, top of the table, and you're still not happy.
I know, yeah. I was just discussing that with Bob just now. You wouldn't think we're top of the table just now, top of the heap, because honestly, the boys, particularly after the game, the heads were down a little bit, and you're like, "Come on, boys, obviously, you can't be happy at a bad performance, but at the end of the day, if you're grinding at results, there's definitely something to take away from it."
It's almost the exact opposite of a couple of seasons ago when you had that sort of reasonable start to the season. You were playing well, but you were just missing out by a couple of points each time on getting over the line.
Yeah, there was a few games last season where just you weren't getting the bounce of the ball or the rub of the green, and that was probably more frustrating. But yeah, it seems to be going our way just now.
Well, one thing that certainly seems to be improving on the last time is the pack seems to be dominating teams.
It's definitely helping. You having Ross Ford and Lewis Carmichael, they've certainly helped us out in a few areas. But there's obviously things we can still improve on in those areas. But having a maul where you can score from pretty much you back yourself, have a good go anywhere, 5 out. It's definitely a handy thing to have.
Now, Watsonians, a lot of people were building this up a couple of weeks ago as the top of the table clash, the two unbeaten teams, but of course that's all changed now. Heriots beat Watsonians quite convincingly at Golden Acre, and it's a place that you went to and comfortably won. I mean, you were 20 points up very, very quickly. I know they came back at you, but then you shifted into another gear and went on and won it quite comfortably. So it's a Watsonians backlash, there's no doubt about that. But how's the mood in the camp going up there?
We know it's going to be a tough game, Stuart. We're under no illusions. You'd almost rather they'd beat Heriots, and then, as you say, maybe we wouldn't have so much of that backlash, but we know they're going to want to right a lot of wrongs. And we know it's going to be a hard game up there.
That game kicks off at 7:30. We'll bring you highlights of that on Monday. Also tonight, it's the start of the semi-junior season, with Duns Colts taking on Melrose Wasps. That's at Castle Gate in Duns. Plus, we'll have cameras at Philiphoch for Hawick Linden's game against Selkirk A. Our first look at Linden on their 100th anniversary. Yesterday, the news broke of Hawick Harlequins withdrawing from East League One due to lack of numbers, which is of course devastating news for the club, which won East League One only a few years ago. Club captain Adam Hall gave me his reaction.
Yeah, it's a big shock. We've worked hard over the last couple of months to really try and get a team on the pitch, but it proved a step too far. In the immediate future for the players, that we are actively encouraging the players that we've got to find another club, and we're offering help. We've got contacts at various other clubs in the town to try and get these lads playing rugby, because the last thing we want is to lose any more players to the game. The committee are staying together. They're going to have regular meetings. I'm really hoping that it's just temporary and that we can go again next season.
And we wish the club all the best for the future and hope they come back very soon. On to tomorrow, and the first Border League match of the season will be played at Netherdale. It's a Pool A fixture between Gala and Peebles, and we got reaction from both camps.
It'll be good. It'll be good for the guys to test themselves ahead of the start of the league the week after next. So no, I think they're looking forward to it. As you know, Border League though for us as well is very much a chance to give guys a game and get them ready for the new season, and have a look at some other guys that maybe necessarily haven't had a lot of game time in the first couple of pre-season games that we've played.
And Peebles absolutely love to take on the other big Borders teams and give them a good fight.
Definitely, I think definitely like to, certainly at this time of the season, it's a good test for us to be able to match ourselves up against guys in the league above us. We're not without our injury problems. coming this weekend. Not problems really. We've just picked up three or four guys picked up wee niggles just from, I think, just getting back to rugby, playing sevens and then a couple of 15s games. We'll maybe rest them, and it gives some of the younger guys that maybe wouldn't have got a chance at the stage of the season a shot to go and have a go.
We were going to play them in a friendly on Saturday, as friendly as it could be, up there, because they're away in their first league game and we're at home. But when they were drawn in our border league group, it made sense with the packed schedule that we've probably got coming up, and with games that might get called off for various reasons, to try and fit it in pre-season. So we spoke to their committee, and our committee, we managed to tie that up, and we've now lucky enough to have the home fixture here on Saturday, which is great.
And nice to get one of the border league games out the way.
Yeah, exactly. Look, sometimes they're a challenge to fit them in during the season. I think the three teams we've got actually aren't in our league, so we've got Peebles, Hawick and Jed, I think. So none of them are in our league, so we've got to fit those fixtures in at some point. So to be able to get one off would be great, and if we can get a win, that'd be even better.
And because it's a competitive match, effectively that gives you a nice boost for September the 4th down here again against Stirling.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a hit out on Tuesday against Musselburgh away, a scenario-based session, which was really good for the guys to get some rugby in their legs and some in their heads as well. So that was good. So we've got a few sore bodies, obviously, because that's the first time a lot of them have done some full contact against an opposition team as well. So we'll do that, and we'll rotate the squad a little bit this weekend. But yeah, we're coming down at a home game as always, and it's a border league, and we want to win. That's as simple as that.
So what about the team news for tomorrow?
So yeah, as I said, we had a game on Tuesday, so we've rotated the squad a little bit. We've also, with the way the world is at the moment, there's a couple of people through work and stuff have been tracked and traced, so it gives us some challenges, but allows us to see everybody through pre-season, which is great. So at standoff, we'll probably revert back to Dean Keddy, who's played there for a number of years at Gala. Tim McCavan, our new centre, he'll play at 12. Murray Wilson, who's performed well in the sevens, he'll be in the back line as well. And young Matt Reid, who's just came back from an operation, he had an ACL operation over the last year, which he missed. Well, he missed no rugby, but he obviously had a big chunk of time off. He's going to be available for selection as well. And the forwards will be some pretty familiar faces. We've got Martin Christie in there, Jack Eason, Marius Tamasitis, the Lithuanian prop. Obviously our second row's pretty settled as well through pre-season, and then our back row's fairly settled as well with Stevie Cairns, Ewan Fish and Liam Scott there. So yeah, we've got a pretty settled front forward pack, and then we've got some exciting young backs in there as well. So look, we'll see what happens on Saturday, but we know we've got to perform well to be at People's side.
Other games tomorrow include 3 semi-junior board league games. There's Gala Wanderers versus Kelso Harlequins kicking off at 1 o'clock before the Border League encounter. Hawick Youth will take on Jed Thistle at Volunteer Park, and Peebles Colts are hosting Selkirk Youth Club at the Geights. We'll have coverage from the Border League and the semi-junior games at Gala and Hawick, and also tomorrow Ayrshire Bulls face Heriots in the Fosrock Super 6, and there's also warm-up matches between Melrose and Musselburgh at the Greenyards and Langham against Keswick at Milntown. We'll bring you all the news on all these matches on Borders Rugby TV.